Alright folks, we're here at Colette Tech, and today we're going to talk about mounting options for the Sony X3000. Pretty sweet little camera, but in the skydiving world there's just not a lot of good snag resistant mounting options. So we've come up with this case here. The helmets we're going to be offering this for right off the bat will be the G3 Cookie, the Kiss, the Arrow, and then for you full camera guys out there, we'll have a flat top version of this as well. But the mounting process is going to be the same for all of them. So we're going to go over that here real quick today. So the kit is going to come with the case, obviously, the screws to hold it in, the nuts in the top. It's going to come with a lens protector / UV filter. This particular protector has a 40.5 millimeter insert in it. Not that you would want to stack any additional filters, but in theory, if you wanted to put say an ND filter or something on here, it does have the 40.5 millimeter threads included. And if you did have other needs for filter on this camera, of course you could just drop us a note and we could ship you a kit that doesn't have the filter inserted into it yet, or we could possibly even talk about inserting a custom filter for you. So not a whole lot to this install. The first thing that you want to do is locate the holes on the filter and make sure that you slide the filter onto the camera so that these holes are parallel to the same locking channels that the Sony version of this would lock into. So we're going to slide that on. Then we're going to take these small pins that come with the kit, and I realize these are really small and they're probably going to be prone to getting lost from time to time, so the kits that we ship are going to have spares of these pins in there for you. So I'm going to slide the first pin in, and I'm going to slide the second pin in. Now you could use anything to push these in all the way. I'm just using the back end of a drill bit here. You could use a paper clip or a ballpoint pen. The key is they should go in nice and easy, and you shouldn't have to force them in. So there you have it. Now in looking at this, as you can tell, this is a pseudo permanent install. It's not meant or made to be taken on and off. This is handy because you can take the camera out of the case and you can still transport it or store it with your lens protector on there. It's also very well sealed from the elements, so you won't get dust and things of that nature in there. If for some reason you do need to take the lens filter off, or you need to clean it, whatever that may be, paper clip works really well for just pushing these pins back out. And once you push the pins all the way out, then of course the lens filter will come off. So the way this fits into the case is we've got this thumb screw that comes on the case. We're going to take out the thumb screw. Set that aside for a moment. And the camera just slides right into the case body. Just like that. And then the thumb screw goes back in place. The camera is a friction fit, so it fits in there tight enough that even if you lost the thumb screw, you probably wouldn't need it in there, but it's a nice safety measure to have in there, you know, for absolute certain that it won't come out. But there you have your camera fully installed in the case. And from a side profile perspective, it's got a nice, sleek, snag resistant design. Great for skydiving. So now let's grab a helmet real quick and show you what the install on the helmet looks like. Okay, we're back. We've got a helmet here, and I've already marked the center line of the helmet. What I did is I drew a string across the helmet and marked those two locations to give me my center line. I've also marked out where I want the mount to go. So for me, what I did is I put this helmet on my head and I used the live view from the camera to find that angle that was good for me. Unfortunately, with the Sony X3000, it's difficult to integrate an adjustable angle, so it's somewhat fixed. This angle is going to be a little bit different for everybody because depending on how long your face is or how pointy your head is, the helmet's going to fit just slightly different on everybody. For me, this happens to be about 4¼ inches back from the visor when it's closed is where I want the front of the mount to be, which is about right there. So once I find that location, I'm going to hold this in place, and I'm just going to use the mount itself to give me my drilling locations. And here I've already mounted my drill bit, and I'm just going to place the bit through the top of the helmet here. And while I hold this in place, I'm going to drill my 2 holes. So there, I've completed my 2 holes. One thing I didn't mention is you do want to make sure I've already done this, but you want to make sure you pull the top pad out of your helmet, otherwise you're going to drill into your top pad. So obviously we've had a lot of different mounts on this helmet. In your case, you're just going to have these 2 holes. Now to finish this install, we're going to take these 2 nuts and we're going to place them in the top of the inside of the mount here. And to finish this up, you just want to hold your mount in place while you screw these provided screws in from the underside of the helmet. And then finally, you just want to use a Phillips head screwdriver to tighten those 2 bolts down. And now you're all set to put your camera in and go flying. And this thumb screw doesn't need to be super tight, just finger tight is fine. It's not going to come out. And there you have it, everybody. Sony X3000 mount from Colette Tech. It's time to go flying. Blue skies and stay safe, everybody.